Hello! Now I've had my Xplore Caravan just over a year, and according to my journal, courtesy of Jamie and Stacy McNeill, I'll leave a link to this in the description below this video, I have towed this caravan almost 7,500 miles, 7,468 to be precise, and I've spent 140 nights in this caravan in the first 13 months of ownership. So that's a lot of use. I would say between 2 and 3 years of normal use, whatever normal use is. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what I love about the caravan, what it's like to live with, breakages and failures, and any niggles. We're also going to talk about some of the upgrades and accessories. So for example, we're going to talk about the Twusch ceramic toilet liner. We're going to talk about the Paintseal Direct paint finish, and we're going to talk about the Specialised Covers Towing Cover. Unfortunately, the lovely homemade awning that you see here is not available. The lovely woman who made it is not taking any further commissions at the moment, so I'm afraid it's a case of you can admire that, but I was just very, very lucky to find someone who would make me this awning. But let's crack on with the caravan and let's talk about things I absolutely love about my Xplore 304. So I'd say the thing I love the most about this Xplore 304 is the reliability. There has been one failure, which we will go into in a short while, but overall this caravan works. Almost, except one thing, everything works, and it's just reliable. You're not hitching up every time worrying what's going to go wrong. In the main, this is a very reliable caravan, and I really like that. I love the front window. I love the single piece front window for the view outside, and I just love the fact that it is so easy to tow and so easy to maneuver. I wanted a smaller caravan for those reasons, and it hasn't let me down. It's narrow width, it's 7'2" wide, so it's really easy to tow. I mean, this CL that we're at the moment, which is beautiful, is down a very narrow lane. I have no worries about towing this caravan anywhere. So that's really good. And also, I don't need a mover. I can maneuver this caravan by hand on tarmac. Different matter on gravel and grass, but because there's a lot of hitching and unhitching and moving with this caravan, because of sometimes needing to detach and move it when I'm charging the EV, it's absolutely done the job there. I'm using the V2L at the moment. This is powering the caravan's mains from the car. So here we are on a lovely £10 a night CL, which no, I'm not going to tell you where it is, sorry. And yeah, I've got mains power to the caravan. So if you are thinking of opening a caravan site or a certificated site or location, you might want to think twice before spending a lot of money about putting electric hookups in, because why would you need to if people can start bringing electric hookups with them? Anyway, let's talk about what I love about the inside. Now, the layout has really worked for me. We've just got back from Caravan Salon Dusseldorf, and that's a really busy time for me, as you can imagine. Hello, Dougal. And I leave this front area made up as a double bed for the 5 days I'm there, and that gives me this little dinette here at the back to work at my computer. So that's really worked. The layout has worked really well. I think in this space it's absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The sockets are where I need them, so I use this socket down there for my laptop, which you may remember I had mounted at 90 degrees because it was unusable as it left the factory. So Kimberley Caravans rotated that to 90 degrees, and these two sockets here are great, so you can plug in the kettle and something else if you want. And then there's another socket over here which I use for my phone charger. So the sockets are where I want them, but generally it's reliable. I love the layout, it's easy to tow, it's easy to live with. I absolutely love it, and yeah, there's very little more to say about the positives, because it's mostly positive. I love the color scheme. Obviously this is the Active Kimberley Caravan Special, and it just works. I love it. So Moving on now to other things I love, and this is where we mention the Twusch. So let's now talk about the Twusch, which is the ceramic toilet liner. As we go into the washroom now. So a lot of people have been asking about the Twusch. If you missed my video, I'll leave a link below. So basically the Twusch is this ceramic liner for the plastic toilet. Now with 140 nights use, a plastic toilet might start getting a little bit scratched up and, let's say, fragrant. With the Twusch, you've got the ceramic bowl, and you can see, I hope the camera's picking this up, folks, there has been absolutely zero deterioration of the sealant. So some people were worried about the sealant. Now Twusch reassured me that this was top of the range sealant, and you can see it absolutely is not a mark. And what's really interesting about this is when I had some sealant left over, I resealed part of the shower tray. Now look at this, because you may remember from my review of an Xplore 304, I said if I buy one of these, I'm gonna extra seal the shower tray, which I've done, and I've done it as far as where my finger is. Now can you see to the left and to the right? To the left is the Twusch sealant, and on the right is the factory sealant. The factory sealant is going hard and discoloring, and the Twusch sealant is not. The Twusch sealant is still white, it's still fresh, it's still doing the job. So I'm over the moon with the Twusch. When I was in Caravan Salon Dusseldorf, I saw that Thetford have just gone into partnership with Twusch, and they will soon be packaging and selling these, so you'll be able to get them through Thetford. In the meantime, I will leave an affiliate link below this video for the Twusch. I am over the moon with my Twusch, and I've not used any pink fluid whatsoever, and I've not needed any pink fluid, and there's no fragrance, no bad fragrances, no smells. The Paintseal Direct has been working okay. To be honest, you can see I haven't washed the Caravan for weeks and weeks and weeks, but let's have a look. If I just wet my finger, you can see those, I hope you can see that those black streaks they didn't need any rubbing whatsoever. I'll just I'll lick my another finger and just show you. So I hope the camera is managing to pick this up. So the Paintseal Direct is totally doing its job after 12 months. That is great. So all in all, that's what's good about this Caravan. But let's talk now about the biggest failure I've had. And it's been in once to have this failure rectified. It was rectified for all of 2 weeks, and it's gone wrong again. If I turn on the tap, can you see the problem? I get a drip. That is all I get. Hot and cold. When I took the Caravan to Kimberley Caravans for its service, the technician told me that the pipes were too congested and they might be kinked further down the line, and he did manage to get it working, but within a week it stopped working again. So I'm not happy about that at all. As you can imagine, I've had to clean my teeth in the kitchen every night, wash my hands after using the toilet in the kitchen. Not great. So that's really the only failure I've had with this Caravan. So it's not too bad really, is it? So that's the biggest failure I've had. Now let's talk about some of the annoyances and niggles, and we'll stay in the bathroom, and we'll stay with the water system, because I am not happy with the water system. Basically, when I'm taking a shower, I get about 6 seconds of warm water, and then every 6 seconds the cold water will cut off for about a second, and you will get a second of boiling hot scalding water, and then it will go back to warm water for 6 seconds, and then the cold water will turn off for 1 second. You'll get 1 second of scalding water, and then it will go back to warm water. So if I just put the shower on, so hot, cold, so about halfway here. So it's got a good mix. Right, did you see that? We just lost the cold for 1 second. Did you see that? It just went off again for 1 second. So can you see that? I really hope you can see that, where you're losing the cold water for 1 second. And when you do, when there's hot water in the tank, you get scalded. That is dangerous. And it's something that I would like to be rectified as well. Staying on to the subject of niggles, I have to say I absolutely hate this fridge. I mean, it's okay, it does the job, it keeps things fairly cool, but it really struggles on hot days like many absorption fridges. And these lights need covering up at night because they burn into your eyes. The auto function doesn't work very well because you have to switch off the gas, obviously, if you're going to travel with the caravan, and it'll burn off the gas that's in the pipe if you put it on auto once you've unplugged the mains. And then if the car engine isn't, or if the car isn't switched on, if it's an EV, or if the engine isn't running, if it's an ICE, then it won't get any battery, and it's just not great. I could whinge about this fridge for a long time. I've seen some Xplore caravans from the 2023 season have got a different fridge, and some have got this fridge. If you've got the different fridge with the central knob that opens both ways, you are lucky. I do not like this fridge. I think it's just so poorly conceived. But it works, so I can't complain too much. It works, it does the job, it keeps things fairly cool. I think if I had a fantasy caravan, I would get a compressor fridge. Yes, compressor fridges are noisier, but they're far more efficient, take less energy. The heater is noisy on gas. Let me just see if I can put the so let's put it on gas and let's turn it right up, see if it will kick in, because it's nearly 30 degrees in this caravan. Now imagine you are trying to sleep and this heater is kicking in and kicking out. There is no kind of low setting where you can just leave the fan on a low speed and have it kicking in and out all night. It's not like a heat air. So I find that the heater is intrusive. I can't leave it on all night, not even on mains. I use a oil-fired radiator at night if I'm hooked up to mains. So yeah, I find the heater is just too noisy. It's just too noisy to leave on all night. So that's not great. The other two niggles with the caravan are... Oh, hello Ted. Hello Ted. No, you're not a niggle, Ted. You're wonderful, yes. I find this rear dinette quite dark at night as well as during the day. I said in my original video when I got this caravan, I wish that Xplore did a 303 where you didn't have this bunk and you had a bigger window here and you could have better lighting. Yeah, I do find this corner is a little bit gloomy, and it's sadly lived down to my worst hopes there. So it's okay, but yeah, it's just a bit dark and gloomy. And then finally, another problem that I foresaw that has come true is getting the table out of the wardrobe. I mean, the table is there. Can you see the table at the back of the wardrobe? So you basically have to empty half of the wardrobe to get the table out. I mean, who thought of that? Who really? Someone needs to live with a caravan like this and actually have clothes in the wardrobe and then get the table out and see the error of their ways. I mean, why the table could not be put at the side here, yes it will fit, is just beyond me, is beyond me. So they are the niggles with the caravan, and there's one further niggle which is sadly with the Specialised cover towing cover. So I'll drop some photos in of the cover over this, what I'm talking over now. But what's happened is, in use over those 7,500 miles that I've been towing, if we come down here to this gap in the awning rail where the cover is threaded in, what happens is that with the movement, the cover drops and the beading comes out of the awning rail, just a couple of centimeters, but it means the whole thing drops. And look what's happened. I've had a break to my front window. Now fortunately this is only single skinned part of the window, this is purely cosmetic, it doesn't affect the function of the window. You can see what it should look like here, but the cover, because it's dropped down to about here in use, it's left that top part of the window exposed, and as such I've had something happen, strike the window, and it's broken it. Now before I get too mad about this, there is every chance that whatever hit that, whatever stone hit this, had ricocheted off the front. So there's every chance that that towing cover saved my front window. But because it dropped slightly, if whatever it was, stone I guess, ricocheted off, it's hit that corner and broken that corner of the window. So that is not great. Now Specialised Covers have obviously apologised profusely. They've offered to make me a new cover that's higher, but of course the other problem we've got is here, because this gap here where the awning thread would come out is roughly level with the top of the window, so they would need to make the cover substantially higher, almost like you know, one of the, is it the infinity covers that Lost Weekends have got? So yeah, that's just an issue I've had with the front cover. But other than that, as I say, there's every chance that the cover did its job and saved the entire front window. So while that's annoying, you can live with it, the window's intact, and I've not had to pay for a new front window. So there you have it folks, that's my 1 year annual report on my Xplore 304, which I am overall delighted with. I obviously want to get the water system fixed, both of those issues, the tap not working and the scalding water coming through every few seconds. Of course the problem is now I've moved and I'm about 400 miles from Kimberley Caravans, so I need to find an Erwin-Heimer Group warranty centre down here in Kent, but that's all in good time and I'll keep you posted about how we get on. Also, as I say, Specialised Covers have agreed to make us a new cover. I've got to work with them and we'll see how we can get around this problem of the awning rail gap being the same height as the top of the window, which I think was the issue to start with. Maybe we'll have to go sort of semi-infinity to get the cover higher. So again, I'll keep you posted about how that goes. Once again, as I say, if you want to see the original video of where I got this caravan and went through some of the features, then I'll leave a link to that in the description below this video. Likewise with the installation of the Twusch, the ceramic toilet bowl. And yeah, overall I am over the moon with this caravan. It is essentially reliable, it does the job, and I really love it. So I hope you enjoyed that video, folks. If you did, you know what to do. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you don't already. It just leaves me to say from Ted and from Dougal, who are the other side of the camera, so I'll flick it round. So from Ted, who is stressed, and Dougal, who is equally stressed, it just leaves me to say thanks for tuning in. What do you reckon, boys? Do you like the new caravan? Do you like the new caravan, Ted? Yes? Do you love it? Do you love the new caravan? Yes? No? How about you, Dougal? Do you love it? Do you love the caravan? Do you absolutely love it? You love it? You love it? Do you love it? Do you really love it? Oh, you love it. You love it. You do, yes. Although, he never smiles. No, Dougal, you're meant to look miserable. Dougal, look miserable. Yeah, Dougal, I love you too, but look miserable. You've got a reputation to protect. There you go. That's the Dougal we look. Oh, it's all too much.